and gentlemen. That's very, very frustrating. Anyway, eSports report.
eSports report.
Woohoo! Benson, Mr. X.
Me.
Today we have a wonderful, wonderful show, Matt.
Yeah, fairly decent show.
It's no. It's gonna be the best there ever was.
And nothing goes over.
Actually, yeah, you probably.
Yeah.
Yes, it was pretty good. Just to give you guys an update as to what we'll be doing today, we've got the mid-season award ceremony. We're halfway through the season. Yesterday marked it, so we were like, hey, let's give away some awards. What the awards are, not too sure as of yet, but we'll give them like a cookie or something in the next event. Why not? As well as that, me and Matt playing in some 2v2 GBs. There's a awesome $500 tournament which you guys can enter in right now.
We're gonna win.
You have another hour to sign up, but this is where it gets interesting. You guys in the chat get to tell us what you want us to use. So it could be, XMGs, could be
shotguns,
RX, could be a shotgun only. We're gonna try and win with what you say. That should be
Which
pretty
isn't gonna happen.
Probably not. Then we have the quick scope. We've got Beyond the Scoreboard. We've got Ultimate Duo Tournament today. Sharp and Theory go up against Josh and Madcat. Finding videos for every one of those was almost impossible.
Really?
It was bad. Like, it was almost impossible. Theory, there's nothing on the internet about Theory, apparently. Just doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Then we have the bottom line, and of course, the Pro League recap.
What are we starting with, Ben? What are we starting with, Ben? I want to start. What are we starting with?
You want to start with some CSGO. I know you do.
You wrote it. I'm just reading it off the piece of paper. It says CSGO at the top.
Hit me with some CSGO knowledge. I know you've been watching CEVO, right? You've been trying to watch as much as you can.
I've been rotating between being here, playing CSGO, watching it, and watching Daredevil. Cast Pro League. Yeah. Losers finals today at 5 p.m. Okay. Elevate versus Nilium, formerly of Denial. Winner of that plays CLG. Kind of hoping we have an Elevate CLG rematch.
Do you think
in the
we
finals.
will?
I think we will. It's actually funny. HUKE had a issue with his mouse, and a fan drove from like 3 or 4 hours away to Columbus because he uses the same model mouse as HUKE, and he's letting him borrow his mouse and play with it.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Sick, right? He's like a huge HUKE fan, drove 3 hours away to the MLG arena in Columbus, Ohio, to bring him the same model mouse and let him borrow it for the rest of the weekend. That's so sick, right?
That's so cool. What an awesome guy. He should like sign at the end and then like give him something.
So that grand final starts today at roughly around 7 p.m. MLG.tv/CEVO. It'll be CLG against either Elevator Nilium. And then that team would have to beat CLG twice. So we talked about yesterday, you usually don't see a best of 5 in CSGO. We would potentially see 6 maps today. 2 best of 3s. Which would be unheard of. I don't know how the ban system would work in the second match. If it can be the same exact map pool. It would have to be, right? No, it couldn't. You wouldn't be able to do it. Dust 2, Inferno, Mirage, Cobble, Cash. Is Nuke in the rotation for this one? Or is it Train? No, Train hasn't been implemented. No, it's a Nuke. Am I forgetting one? I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Say Mirage?
I think I said Mirage.
You did?
Yeah. So then you would have 6 maps. They would have to play all 6. So if the first series is like Dust 2, Inferno, Mirage, second series would have to be what? Inferno, Nuke, and Cobble. Oh, what about Cash? Cash. 7. So probably works that way. That's the way I would. We'll see. That's going to be an awesome grand final, though. Yes. That's for sure. Definitely check that out. Definitely watching that. Of course, MLG.tv/CEVO, where you can find all of the action. Now, though, Pro League, halfway through the season. Yesterday marked it. Got some awards. Mid-season awards. Now, what's interesting is I think these may change. The players that we give kind of awards to may change towards the end of the season. Xbox. I want to see what the chat. No, you need to leave it open for a reason. Pass me that controller real quick. I'll let you kick off the awards. I need to do this. I need to fix this. All right, fine. We're going to talk about the awards. After last night's matches, that's the official halfway point of the league. I don't even know if you said that. I wasn't paying any attention to whatever you said. Matt doesn't listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. What a surprise. Nope, not surprising at all. So we've compiled a list of some of the best players from each game mode so far, stats-wise, through Season 2. We'll start things off with the best S&D player. And so far, halfway through Season 2, that's been attached. A 1.44 S&D KD. Now, averaging 9 kills per game. Almost 10 kills per game in S&D. 1.85 first bloods per map. Highest in the league by far. His best map, Drift S&D. What? 2.20 80. That is correct.
That's a little silly.
Lots and lots of silly.
Drift is his best S&D.
There's a ton of things that are really silly about that.
That's weird. He averages nearly 10 kills and nearly 2 first bloods per match. Highest in the league. So, that kind of explains why...
Attach. Really crushing lately.
Dude, he's phenomenal. He's an absolute animal of a player. He really is. And you kind of see that more and more every time you watch this guy play. The big argument that he could have been MVP from World Championship. I think it did not.
Yeah, he made that nasty face. Thought he probably should have been the MVP.
Congratulations to Clayster. He's like, what? You just say Clay?
He's like, homie, are you drunk? Like, have you not been watching?
Anyway.
I went with green tea today, tell you.
I'm glad you're moving on to a healthier lifestyle.
Right. Instead of drinking 8 iced coffees a day, I'll just switch over to green tea.
Probably still not good for you. You're gonna die one day.
That's very mean. It's very graphic.
But I mean, like you genuinely like you're gonna overdose.
I have a great diet: steak, pizza, burgers.
I don't know how you say.
I have stayed the same weight.
The same weight, like it's ridiculous.
10th grade.
You just don't put on weight. Yeah, it's great.
Best CTF player in the league.
For you at least.
Guy who won a lot of awards. Season
I wonder
1.
who this could be.
Scump, 1.15 CTF KD. 1.53 caps per game, almost near 3 returns per game, 1.87 defense. His best map, Biolab CTF, not shocked about that one. Plays to pretty much everything in his strengths.
Dude, a 1.5 KD.
It's pretty silly.
In Biolab, that's ridiculous. Averaging 1.15 CTF KD thus far in the season. 1.53 caps. Returns per game, 2.47 in defense, 1.87. So, Scumpy really doing it all when it comes to CTF. Do you reckon there's anyone else that you could argue could take his spot?
No, I mean, him and Formal for Optic Gaming. It's like the two of them kind of back and forth in every one of these topics.
Pretty much.
For that team. I mean, they put up the best numbers. Best uplink player. Puckett would be very happy about this one.
He will be very happy. I don't know if I agree with this. But it's Looney thus far. He has a outstanding 1.27 uplink KD so far in this season, averaging 2.57 caps per game.
Pretty good.
It's very good.
His best map is Biolab as well. 1.37 KD, 3.67 caps per game on Biolab uplink. Pretty impressive numbers out of Looney. Aaron Puckett called him the best uplink player in the game. Maybe Puckett's right.
I mean, he's very good. He's very, very good. Best map again, as you mentioned, Biolab 1.37 KD, 3.67 caps per game. So on Biolab, he kind of ups it by like 1 cap per game. His average obviously at 2.59. So Looney definitely a phenomenal uplink player, and you can kind of see that in his gameplay. Honestly, he's really stood out this season. Who else would you argue though when it comes to uplink?
I think
is there anyone that could touch him?
Karma's pretty good at uplink.
He's very good at uplink.
There's a lot in the OBJ department as well. Definitely think that could be argued. This next one, I don't know if I agree with. You wrote these?
I did not do these. No. Max did these.
Okay. The best hardpoint player in the game, according to Max, is BURNSOFF through halfway of Season 1.
I can see why you would think I wrote that.
Yeah, because you love BURNSOFF.
I love BURNSOFF, but I completely disagree with that.
1.01 hardpoint KD, 11 caps per game, 4 defense per game. His best map is Retreat with a negative KD and 14 caps per game.
I assume Max was doing it kind of like the objective style of a hardpoint player. That's the only thing I can really...
There's something to be said for a few players who drop near 40 every time in hardpoint.
Averages 13 plus caps per game on both Retreat and Solar. I mean, he has some impressive stats, that's for sure. Like you.
I mean, I guess there's a case for it.
You got to give him that.
There's an argument for it, I guess.
But I would personally prefer to see someone who's like a Clayster, right? Someone who's just killing absolutely everything in sight.
Yep.
Even you could argue Scump, you could argue Formal. Attach could be really put in that conversation. Theory, if you go for that objective style, he could definitely be a player you could contend with Burns.
Right.
In that objective replays as well, one of the best, if not the best, objective player in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare right now. But we'll give it to Burns. Halfway through the season, of course, these probably will change towards the end of the season.
They'll change.
And that's going to be interesting. At the end of the season, we'll compare to what we had now to what we have
then. And they'll be drastically different.
And I expect some of them to be different. Some will probably stay the same, probably like this next one.
Yeah, this one probably stays the same. Best respawn player, Formal. I mean, talk about all the numbers that he has. He's got a 1.24 overall, 32.96 Slayer rating, and Hardpoint a 1.25, 1.37 CTF KD, a 1.13 Uplink KD. Best map, Solar Hardpoint, 1.31 KD on that one, 6 caps per game of the hill. Biolab CTF, him and Scump just dominate that one, a 1.47 for Formal on that one, then come back Uplink, a 1.10. He's so dominant. I feel like we just don't talk about it enough. Like, I mean, we do talk about him enough, but obviously there are other players that get a lot, that we talk a lot more about.
It surprises me
that
he
like silently puts up these insane numbers.
It surprised me a little bit that his Biolab, his Uplink comeback KD is as low as it is, a 1.1. I mean, obviously that's pretty good.
That's a hard map to have a good KD in.
But I thought it would be higher. Every time I watch Formal play, I feel like he goes off on that map.
It's a map that there are so many engagements. Like, it's hard to have a good KD.
Fair enough. But Formal takes best respawn player. Best Slayer, though, this one is going to go to HUKE so far. A 1.31 CTF KD.
Yep.
His CTF Ascend is 1.41.
That's pretty silly. Has the 5th highest overall KD at a 1.16, but he has the highest Slayer rating in the league, 33 per respawn. Silly stuff out of HUKE. I mean, every time we see him, he's dropping huge numbers.
Yeah.
This next guy is one I'm excited about.
Pro League Season 1 Rookie of the Season. That's what Manx is.
That was HUKE.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, interesting. But breakout player. This, I don't think people will be surprised. It is very obvious. OCTANE!
Look at what he looks like. We don't even know what he looks like.
This guy could be anybody. We don't know.
He could be an alien.
He could. Well, I hope he's not. And holds 2 map kills record. Biolab Hardpoint 50 versus Elevate, and a Riot S&D 13 versus FAZE.
A 1.31 overall KD, a 30.75 Slayer rating. Best game mode overall, CTF a 1.37. Best map, Biolab CTF a 1.43. Little bit under Formal, but still, OCTANE on Justice doing a phenomenal job so far in Season 2.
He's just pooping on kids, to be completely honest. And then that brings us to our midway MVP. Who we think, as it stands right now, if the league was over, would win our most valuable player. Just a Formal.
Wasn't he the runner-up for Season 1?
Yes, he was. And the runner-up for Season 2, thus far, I would give Scump, personally. So they kind of just trading places. But he probably holds a map kill record of 48 kills on Hardpoint Detroit. And that's not against, like, a bottom team. No. It's against the Call of Duty World Champions.
So his overall KD is a 1.24, good for 3rd best in the entire league. It's 32.96 Slayer rating, only behind HUKE for 2nd best in the league. A 1.21 Hardpoint KD, 1.39 CTF, 1.20 S&D. I mean, that was kind of the knock on him, that his S&D wasn't the best, but that's kind of fixed itself now. Now he's just a complete player. He's very dominant. We just don't talk a lot about it.
He's extremely dominant.
Because I feel like he's not flashy. Like, there are a lot of other players who make like flashier plays. We talk like, oh, you know, that's sick. Like, that player's so good. Like, Formal's usually just kind of like all the way in the back with the bow, just like shooting lasers straight down. And like, it's nothing too flashy. It's nothing too special. It's just kind of like, he's just so
he does his job so well that, like, without him doing that job, you know, if you were to take Formal off that team, you would visibly be able to see the impact that he has. Like, you just see it. He's been phenomenal all throughout the season so far. I mean, he has such a good, like, career ahead of him. The rest of AW, curious to see what the next game is like, how Formal adapts to that one.
He'll be fine.
I agree. I think he'll be more than fine, to be honest with you.
Piper, he's a special human.
He's a very special human. But guys, let us know on Twitter who you think should win some awards, and whether you think the awards we've picked are right or wrong, and will they change towards the end of the season. Let us know on Twitter. For now, guys, quick commercial break. When we return, more action live from ESR.